your service on the battlefield and beyond. Read Bravo.
What's going on, everybody? I'm Liam Cogan, and this is the 3 Bravo podcast. Today, we're going to be doing a California state benefits breakdown. I'm going to break down the biggest state benefits that you're going to get out of California, and especially if you live in California, you're going to want to note these because California is so hard to live in, and especially being a veteran or active duty and being stuck there is difficult. I know a bunch of people who are there for their spouses, a bunch of people are just stuck there straight up. So knowing that you get some benefits from California is pretty good. Now, one thing that's not on my list that I'm going to shoot at there right away is that as a veteran, you get a monster discount on the, I believe it's the Highway Sun Fast Pass. So if you're looking to use that Fast Pass, which you should, because the roads in California are horrible because the state is just so full of people who hate veterans. No, but it is absolutely chock full near the city centers, LA, Sacramento, San Francisco, San Diego. So if you live near there and you use that Sun Fast Pass all the time, go get your veteran discount and do not pay full price. So moving into the bulk of these California state benefits, income tax. So as of 2025, California fully taxes military retirement pay. Now, this is one of the only states that does so. Now, it's being talked about in I believe in the House in California. So the California Congress, it is being talked about that they're going to try to kind of break that tax down. It's not going to be fully eliminated, but hopefully there will be some partial exemptions provided, but no changes have been made yet. So if you were retiring to California on military retirement pay, I would consider not doing that because they're just going to take your retirement, which sucks because you can move anywhere else and that wouldn't happen. So that's the only thing with income tax. You're paying income tax in California. They love to tax people. So moving on to property tax, there's a basic exemption available to veterans with 100% service-connected disability. So if you don't have 100%, this does not apply to you, unfortunately, unless you're rated as individually unemployable. So that's TDIU, basically fully disabled, but you couldn't get yourself to 100% because you don't have the numbers for it. And you can't work because of one of your injuries. So if you didn't have an arm and unfortunately somehow that was only 90%, then you would apply for TDIU because the only job you knew how to do was with both of your arms, and now you don't have one. There is also a low-income exemption. It offers a higher exemption amount for veterans whose annual household income falls below a certain threshold. This threshold is so low. So go ahead and look into it. I believe it's somewhere in the ballpark of like $20,000. If your family income is that low, or that's how you can finagle your income taxes to look, because you own your own business and you take a big hit every year, I would apply for the low income exemption on your taxes and make sure your tax person knows about it. Personal property taxes. So California offers veterans an exemption, but it typically only goes up to $4,000. And if you're not tracking, or if you never watched one of these episodes of mine, a personal property tax exemption just takes $4,000 out of the total value of your house. So if your house is $360,000, then your house is worth $356,000 now, and then they take the tax out of that. So it's not a huge benefit. However, parents of dang it, I'm losing my train of thought already. So you can get an exemption. You can apply for a personal property tax exemption on boats, aircraft, things of that nature. So like a legit personal property tax exemption. So a lot of property tax exemptions are going to reflect your house, all of them. And personal property tax is going to reflect your stuff, like your car. Some places do it, some places don't. Virginia Beach does it, and I think that's a racket. I already bought my car. I paid taxes on my car. I paid taxes on the money that I bought my car with, and now Virginia Beach makes me pay taxes on that car. So I pay taxes on the gas for that car, the raw materials for the car. I pay taxes on the service for that car. Dude, why are we... How have they divided our political parties so well when we're paying taxes on so many things? Our founding fathers would start handing out guns at this point. if we're going to bat for anything, we should get on the same team and go after these taxes. Whatever. So with personal property taxes, the exemption is subject to asset limitations. Applicants may not own property, real or personal, worth more than $5,000 if single, or $10,000 if married. So that's like a low income personal property tax exemption. It's going to be pretty difficult to activate that. Now, due to those asset limits, many veterans don't qualify for the exemption, $5,000 to $10,000. So a lot of homeowners or a lot of veteran homeowners in California use the homeowners exemption instead, which offers a $7,000 reduction in the taxable value of a primary residence. Look into it. It's not a veteran's benefit, but it is going to be better for you than the veteran's benefit, which I don't think many people are going to qualify for. So moving into education, California fortunately has a lot of education programs to kind of maybe make up for where they lack in other benefits areas. The CalVet College Fee Waiver Program. So this program waives mandatory system-wide tuition and fees at California community colleges, state colleges, and universities of California. So most colleges in California are going to reflect that. These colleges are eligible for dependents of veterans. So you can get your dependents to get their fees waived, tuition waived, and it doesn't cover stuff like books, parking, housing, camping, specific fees. So super awesome benefit to look into. Talking about potentially free college. Look up CalVet college fee waivers. So there are eligibility plans right here. So plan A is for dependents of veterans who are 100% service-connected disabled, deceased due to service, or former prisoners of war. So if you're a dependent and your parent or your spouse is 100% service-connected disabled, you can access this benefit. Plan B is for children of veterans with any service-connected disability. Plan C is for dependents of California National Guard members who were killed or permanently disabled during service to the state. And Plan D is for Medal of Honor recipients and their children under 27 years old. So the eligibility is going to be determined case by case, but those are like some of the general plans, and they're going to be determined by your local county veteran services officer, so CVSO. And the waiver must be renewed annually. If you don't have a county veteran services officer, California, I would love to know how you reconcile that error. Because if you're from Nevada, you don't have one if you don't live in Las Vegas. California National Guard Education Assistance Award Program. So if you're in the California National Guard, you also have access to another award program. This program provides financial assistance to qualifying members of the California Army, National Guard, Air National Guard, and State Military Reserve. It covers up to 100% of tuition at University of California, California State Universities, California community colleges, and eligible private institutions. If you did a minimum of 2 years of service in the National Guard or State Military Reserve, your commitment to remain active in the Guard or Reserve throughout the academic year, and your pursuit of a certificate or degree does not or diploma is not currently held, and you must not be receiving a Cal grant for the same academic year. So basically, if you've done 2 years in the reserves and you're doing in the reserves, and you're doing more and you're going to stay in, you can get free tuition, which is a great program. Troops to College program. While not a financial aid program, Troops to College is a statewide initiative aimed at making California's public colleges and universities more accessible to veterans. It provides priority registration, academic counseling, credit for military training and experience, and veteran-specific support services. So when you're getting into your school in California, this is something you're going to be looking into. Again, it's called Troops to College program. This will help you get into the program, the college that you want, because it's going to accept, it's basically a statewide mandate that they're accepting our credits, and they're going to help us get into classes. Moving into vehicle tax exemptions. So most states are going to have something like this with disabled veteran license plates. So qualified disabled veterans are exempt from paying all fees, except for fees, for duplicate plates, certificates, or cards on one passenger motor vehicle, motorcycle, or commercial vehicle under the weight of 8,000 pounds. That basically just means if you're 100% disabled, you can get a free license plate in California. If you were from Nevada, you could get two. So think about that. Should have been from Nevada. Just kidding. Stay in California. It's really sweet there. Everybody loves it. And that is your only vehicle tax exemption, which sucks. Housing incentives, CalVat home loans. So it seems like everything in California is going to be called CalVet. CalVat home loans provide home loans to eligible veterans for purchasing homes in California. From what I understand, these CalVet home loans aren't as badass as, say, the Texas home loan, Texas VLB, or the Alaskan Veterans Home Loan. But it's still something worth looking into. If you're looking at getting a home loan, if you've already used your VA home loan, look at the CalVet home loan. State veterans homes. So this is going to be pretty much universal in every state. The terms and conditions are going to be different, but these veterans homes in California operate as long-term care facilities for eligible veterans, and they have low monthly fees. And if you're 70% disabled or more, the care is fully covered, which is really nice. That care can be crazy expensive. So if you're a dependent or you have a loved one who is kind of iterating into the later years of their life, this is something to look into because it's going to save you a lot of money if that's a place that you could foresee them needing to go. Getting on those wait lists is pretty smart move if you're going to do it a little bit early. Employment preference. So most states will have something to this degree. Veterans preference in state hiring. Veterans who pass state employment examinations are given preference in hiring decisions, ensuring they are ranked higher than others who didn't serve. So basically the way this fleshes out, the way this looks is when you take a test to get state hired, to get state employment, or you just submit a resume, you will get one bonus point that will mandatorily put you on the stack of papers ahead of anyone who doesn't have that military bonus point. So one thing they do have is business incentives. Your business license tax and fee are waived if you are an honorably discharged veteran who is not engaging in alcohol sales or services. So if you're doing a service or sales, or if you're servicing people with alcohol and you work at a cat house in Nevada, it doesn't count for you. But otherwise, you can get your business license tax fee waived, which is pretty nice. It's not super expensive. It might be in California, but stuck in California sucks to suck, dude. Moving on to hunting and fishing in state parks, which is generally the only good benefit that California really offers, is California offers a reduced fee hunting and fishing license to eligible veterans with a 50% or higher service-connected disability rating. And they give a distinguished veterans pass. Qualified veterans receive free vehicle day use, family camping, and boat use at over 100 California state parks operated units. So looking at that in summary, if you have 50% disability, you get a far cheaper hunting license, and you get free parking, which is pretty nice. It's not a bad benefit. And then, as every state will do, you have burial benefits. So with these burial benefits, these are nationally funded. I don't know why these always go into state funding. I mean, there's state burial sites and things like that, but these are nationally supported programs. If you're living in a state that's not going to let you get buried where you want as a veteran, with veterans in a veteran burial, at a veteran gravesite. Jeez, what's the word I'm looking for here? I would call your senator. I mean, that's like heinous. So if you complete VA form 21P-530EZ, that's the application for burial rights. That goes straight to the VA, National VA. And the CalVet burial benefits, all you need to do is contact your CVSO, so your County Veteran Services Officer, for assistance, and visit the CalVet burial benefits page, which they host. Military funeral honors, honorable discharge, mandatory. They'll fold your flag, play taps, and you can add additional elements like rifle volleys, pallbearers, depending on resources and family wishes. Those are your California state benefits. Nothing sexy, nothing very cool. I'm very sad to say that, but I'm not very surprised. California, you could do better. Nevada even did better than that. So So far, this is the worst state on my list. I'm going to keep pushing through these throughout the year. So you guys, if you live in any state, you can come check out your state's benefits podcast. You can check out the YouTube video. But if you live in a state like California, unfortunately, that is it for you. If you want to learn some more about some of these benefits in more detail, I would check out my 14 Universal State Benefits podcast episode or YouTube episode, however you like to view it and listen. And also, this August 29th, we will be fundraising for our race, our 220-mile, 22-pound ruck race that we were going to be running in commemoration for 22 veterans who commit suicide every single day. If you'd like to learn more about that, there is a video call to action in my YouTube, and the link will be in every single video description from now until the race. I'm Liam Cogan. This is 3 Bravo, and I'll check you out later.